everybody, how are you doing? Long time no see, I know, I'll talk about that later. But I am back with a vlog today. We're going on an open bus tour of London, which is going to be really nice. I haven't done that before, so I'm really looking forward to it. It was sister's birthday. Hi! This is my elder sister. And for her treat, she wanted to go about London, which is a really good idea, so I've never done that before. Well, actually, that's a lie. I did it when I was in primary school, so we've changed massively since then. But also going on a boat as well, which should be fun. So when the bus comes, I'll pick up filming again and I'll show you the sights of London. So the red lines are the route the bus is taking. Okay, so we're on the boat getting ready to do the tour of London. We're outside on the boat, so I've never done this before. It's a huge boat. You can see behind me. Let's take it off. Alright.
As I said, it's to rebuild the old Victorian times sewer system, originally built to deal with a population of 2 million people. They now say here in London, of what they know of, it's very close, or just over 10 million people. Can you all see those green lions' head along the wall of the River Thames of the Victoria Embankment? Underneath each black lamppost there. Now that was actually used as an old flood indicator here in London many years ago. The water was up to the lion's mouth. They would evacuate all underground businesses or tube stations, getting everyone above the sea level to a much safer place. They did come up with a little rhyme to help them remember this by. It's very easy if you think you know it. Don't be shy, you're more than welcome to join in. They used to say, if the lions are drinking, London is sinking. If the water is up to the lion's mane, London will go down the drain. Well, I've come up with a much better rhyme, I hope you'll all agree. I say, if the lion's manes are ducked, London is well and truly flooded. I see a few mums looking at me there, I got scared. See this archway over here to your right-hand side? This is called Temple Arch and Gateway, ladies and gentlemen. What we're doing, we're now crossing the border once we've passed this archway. We're leaving the City of London behind us. We're now entering the City of Westminster. This white ship here to your right, the HQS Wellington with the cream funnels, served in the Second World War for the Royal Navy out in New Zealand. Since she's been back here, home in the UK, she's now a floating livery hall for old master mariners. That just means she's a floating pub for retired sea captains, ladies and gentlemen. To be part of that drinking club, you have to serve a minimum of at least 25 years out at sea as an old master mariner. You can see over to your left now, the old National Theatre here in London. They do say inside that theatre, you have three of the finest you'll see in this country. Very two voted very best, the Olivier and Littlewood Theatre. This next bridge is Waterloo Bridge, known here in London as the Ladies' Bridge, as it was built by over 95% female labour workforce in the Second World War while the men was off fighting for king and country. And as we get closer to the bridge, you'll see at the top hand side, the left there of the bridge, you'll see some bullet holes that actually come under fire from the German bombers as they was building this bridge. And as the ladies do, of course, they chose the most expensive stone to build the bridge from. The outside is clean and underneath is dirty. It's made out of Portland stone, which is self-cleansing. Even though they come under fire from the German bombers, they also, as I say, finished this bridge on time and have completed it well under budget, so well done to the Germans. Over to your right-hand side, you see the building with the flagpole and the roof at the top, the green roof and the grey stone going down. That is the famous back entrance to London's cheaper Airbnb, the Savoy Hotel. Very expensive, ladies and gentlemen. That building over there with the green roof. Now, for one night, it would only set you back £2,000 for a room in the Savoy Hotel. If you used to stay right at the very top where the green roof is, in a suite there, it would only set you back £20,000 per night. It's not all bad though, because included in that price, I am told, you do get a full English breakfast the next day. Takes a sting out of it, doesn't it, eh? You get 2 sausages instead of 1, they know how to treat you. The oldish point of interest here in London, you'll pass on your river trip today, folks. The old Egyptian obelisk there, Cleopatra's Needle. Older than the City of London itself, over 3,500 years old. given to us by a very thankful Egyptian government for our helps when we defeated the Napoleon and the French in the Battle of the Nile. To your left, you have the Royal Festival Hall, the last remaining concert hall to stand for the festivals of Great Britain. Inside that building, they used to perform concerts to boost morale after the war. Many famous people have performed inside that building, the likes of Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, just to name a few of the greats who have performed inside that building. Very unique bridge which we're about to go under, ladies and gentlemen. It is the only bridge on the River Thames where you'll pass under and over a railway line at exactly the same time. Coming from the west end of London to your right, Charing Cross Bridge serves in the South Eastern Railway directly above us. Directly below us you have the two-part housing of the Bakerloo and Northern Line, the underground system here. Now, if there are people on the bridge, folks, we do ask you to wave at these lovely people. Now, you can actually tell a lot about the people here in London on the bridges. Now, if they wave at you, it just means they're on holiday and they're enjoying themselves. Don't worry if they ignore you, that just means they're from London and they're miserable. Don't take it to heart, folks. Now, we normally get you to wave at the people on the bridges because if you get them waving, it distracts their hands from throwing things at you. I probably should have told you that at the start of our trip. But you haven't been covered in a milkshake yet, so you're all right. Over to your left, you have the London Eye Saw. The London Eye. It's in the top 5 largest wheels, observation wheels in the world. On a clear day, probably how it was earlier, it's a bit greyer now. But this morning when it was beautiful sunshine over here at Waterloo, they do say from the very top pod, you can see up to 30 miles in all directions all across London. That's as far upriver as Windsor Castle, and as far downriver behind us as the QE2 Bridge, the Dartford Crossing in Essex. It's made up of 32 capsules. It's not a random number. It's 32 pods to represent the 32 boroughs here in London. It was built in the year 2000. It's only meant to stay there for the first year of the millennium. And then it was meant to tour the country to celebrate entering the new millennium. Of course, 20 odd years later, as you can see, it's still spinning here at Waterloo Pier. And you probably all guessed the reason for that. It made so much money when the Eye first opened, they decided to keep it. One single summer's afternoon, it made a profit of over £250,000. That's why it's still here today. We've actually renamed it from the London Eye to the Wheel of Fortune because it makes so much money. But I have been told it's a very good job. They didn't name it after his twin brother, who helped him with the project at the time, because his name was Richard. You couldn't call a Big Bell here in London Big Richard, could you, ladies and gentlemen? I'm glad some of you got that. Some of you might never get it. Just don't go Bridgeway. That's called Lime Kiln Dock, folks. Now, after that Great Fire of London, it's where they rebuilt the city. As I said, no buildings were to be made from flammable materials. So they built all the lime kiln stones, transferred them by barges up into the city, where they rebuilt the city of London with the lime kiln stones. Over to your left in front of us here, this is called the Canary Wharf Development. It was given a name, Canary Wharf, because back in the Docklands, it's where all the fruit and veg used to come over from the Canary Islands. A lot of people think the tall building with a triangle roof and the white light at the top is called the Canary Wharf building. It's not though. That is called the One Canada Square building. It's a graveyard for banks now, ladies and gentlemen. You can see at the back HSBC and the Citibank. From a bird's eye view, they say that is the plug of banking here in London. Looks like a 3-pin plug socket or plug that we use here in London. Now, on a Monday to Friday, it's a very busy place, home to over 100,000 bankers every single day. Once all of those bankers go home, it's a very lovely place. And I did say bankers. Multi-million-pound restaurants, apartments, shopping complex, its own DLR and bus service.
Okay, so everybody, we've gone on our bus tour of London and we've just finished our boat tour. I think a boat tour was better. I couldn't really you couldn't really see the majesty of the buildings and etc. on the bus tour. So I'm not sure if I'm going to include the footage or not, but I'm definitely going to show you the bus tour. Obviously the boat tour. So,
Thank you.
so we're on our way back home now. This is my niece.
Hi.
We're on our way back home now. I'm going to have a bit of a birthday grub down. I might show you that, might not, don't know, but we'll see. But just in case I don't, thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time.